All right, today we're going to be talking about Unit 7, Lesson 13, where we're dividing decimal numbers by one-digit numbers, so you'll have a single-digit divisor. You need SAB page 301 to 302. We'll talk about ungrouping the decimal division and then converting and money amounts. Okay, so division with decimals. We've got this story problem. We had three friends that set up a lemonade stand. They made $20.25 and they're going to share it equally. So here are our steps to division. They should look really familiar. It's just a standard division, so shouldn't be too stressful. Again, it's just watching your place value, and wherever the decimal is, you want to put that up. So this is a great page to refer back to as we're going. If you get lost or unsure what you're doing, I would say refer back up here. I'm going to go through the steps on number 1, 47 and 68/100ths divided by 8. Okay, and if you need a separate sheet of paper, please get one out now to work this. I'm going to work it out over here on the side. So we're going to take 47 and 68/100ths, divide that by 8. Okay, so when you divide, right, you're thinking about, well, does 8 go into 4? No, 8 doesn't go into 4. If you need to put that placeholder up there, do so. Does 8 go into 47? Well, certainly it does, right? 47 divided by 8, or thinking about what times 8 gets me close to 47, you should say 5, right? Because 5 times 8 is 40. So I'm going to bring down that 40. I'm going to subtract out, get 7, bring down my 6 and my 8. Okay, then because the decimal's here, I just go ahead and make sure I bring that up above the division house. That way I know it's taken care of. Okay, and then I can go on to 76 divided by 8, or thinking about what times 8 gets me close to 76. So 9 times 8 is 72. So that's about as close as I'm going to get. So I'm going to bring my 9 up, 72, subtract out, I get a 4, bring my 8 down. Then I can think about 8 into 48. Well, 8 into 48 goes 6 times, and it is exactly 48, and then I'm done. Okay, so I get 0. So 8 goes into 47 and 68/100ths, 5 and 96/100ths times. Okay, let's try one more. Okay, let's do number 3. I know I said I was going to do 2, but let's go ahead and do 3. Okay. 316 and 2/10ths divided by 6. Okay, well, does 6 go into 3? No. Does 6 go into 30? Yes. 6 times 5 is 30. Okay. Subtract out, bring down my 1 and my 6 and my 2. Okay. 6 into 16. Okay. It can only go twice, which is 12. Subtract out, bring down. Bring my decimal up because I'm moving in place value, right? So that decimal just goes straight up. Kind of like we line up our decimals in addition and subtraction with decimals. You'll need to make sure that you bring that decimal up. So 7 times 6 is 42. And then I'm done, okay? Once I get those zeros down here. So 6 goes into 316, 52 and 7/10ths times, okay? All right, let's continue on with a couple of story problems. Amelia, I just said that name wrong, I'm sure. Amedelia, I have no idea, has 8 and 169,000ths meters of rope, and she wants to cut it into 3 equal pieces to make jump ropes for her friends. So we're just going to do some division. Okay, you're going to take 8 and 169,000ths. Divide that by 3. Okay, 3 into 8 twice, which is 6. All right, bring down my 2, bring down my 1, 6, 9. Okay, I'm going to move my decimal up right away to make sure that that's taken care of. 21 divided by 3, 7. which is 21. Okay. 69, bring down 3 into 6 twice, right, which is 6. Bring 9 down. 3 into 9 3 times. So she's going to cut each rope into 2 and 723 thousandths meters. Okay, and that'll be her jump rope size. Okay, let's try one more. And then I'll have you answer number 6. I'll have you pause and answer number 6. So Tony has 7 and 47 hundredths pounds of rabbit food. Kinsey, you'll like this one, and Morgan. He's going to divide that equally among his 9 rabbits. Wow, he has 9 rabbits. That's a lot of rabbits. Okay, so 9 doesn't go into 7. So I'm going to put a 0 up here. I'm going to make sure I bring my decimal up. 9 into 74, or what times 9 gets me close to 74? Well, it's 8, which is 72. Bring down, I get 27. Again, 9 into 27, or what times 27 equals 9? It's 3, and that's exactly 27. So now I'm done because I got my zeros. Okay, so 83 hundredths pounds, lbs. Okay, so I want you on number 6 to discuss how dividing a decimal number is like dividing a whole number. I expect that done by when you come to class, because this is where we will start with our table group. Do this for class, okay? Because we're going to discuss that with our table groups tomorrow. That's going to be our starting point. Okay, so here's just some more problems, and what the concept is, you can use multiplication or inverse operation to help you solve problems. So when you see 32 divided by 8, you can think again about what times 8 is 32. Okay, well, it should be 4, which means the answer on all these is 4. Okay, well, as I move on to a decimal number, that doesn't necessarily change. It's still 4, but now because I have 1 digit behind the decimal, I have to have 1 digit behind the decimal, and it's 4/10. All right, so all of these are 4/10. Okay, again, 2 digits behind the decimal, 2 digits in my product, 4 hundredths. So hopefully that's kind of making sense. Look at this one down here, right? I would bring my decimal up. 8 goes into 32, not into 3, but 32 4 times. So thinking about my place value. Okay, so hopefully those kind of make sense. If not, we can talk about them tomorrow with our table groups, or you can ask some questions tomorrow in class. Okay, so again, you can use mental math to help you check. So when you think about 63 divided by 9, again, notice I ignored the decimal. It's 7, but because it's 63, 6 and 3/10, I put the decimal in front, 1 digit. Okay, 48 divided by 6 is 8, right? But it actually needs to be 8/10 because there's 1 digit behind the decimal here. Okay, 15 divided by 3 is 5. Okay, but there's 2 digits. I need that extra 0. It's like moving it over. Okay, 21 divided by 7 is 3, but it's 3 digits. So 1, 2, 3, and my decimal goes here. Okay, so hopefully that kind of makes sense. Let's look at this. I can't read that name. June must run 6 and 6/500 miles per day for practice, and she knows if she runs the half the distance and back again, she'll have run enough miles. So how far should she run? So she divides it by 2. She adds the extra zeros just to bring it on out. And this is how we've talked about, like, when you find what your percentage correct is on a problem. So when you add zeros at the end of the decimal number, remember, it does not change the value. When you add a 0 to a whole number like 27, it changes the value, right, if you don't put a decimal in. If you put the decimal in, if you said 27 and then you put a decimal and then put zeros, it wouldn't change. Okay, the rule about adding zeros is that you can add them so long as they're behind the decimal and they will not change the value. Okay, so we've got 18, 19, and 20. Let's go ahead and do 20 together. There's no decimals here. 31 divided by 8 is 3. Okay. 3 times 8 is 24. 31 minus 24 is 7. I'm sorry, guys, I'm going to run into that other number, that writing right there. 70 then divided by 8 is 8. 8 times 8 is 64. Okay, get my 6 when I subtract. I have to put a decimal in because I'm going to add a 0 because I want to keep going. 60 then divided by 8 is 7. 7 times 8 is 56. And I get a 4. And I'm going to add another 0 because remember, it's like saying this, and that doesn't change that number. 8 into 45 times. So now I actually got my complete answer. Okay. If you're feeling like you need a little bit more practice, 18 and 19, try those out, and we will discuss them when you guys come back to class tomorrow.